Welcome, everybody, to a very special episode of Night of the Nerdy Laser. I am your host, as always, Richard. Jeff hates this movie. Yule.
And I'm not quite, but yeah, I'm Jeff Lowe.
We're going to give you a bonus spoiler episode of Alien Romulus by Fede Alvarez, most notably for Don't Breathe and the remake of Evil Dead back in 2013.
Yeah.
So now he's trying his hand at the Alien franchise. He probably did something else, but I still haven't seen Don't Breathe. So
I want to watch it again because it was okay. It wasn't bad. I saw that one in theaters for sure. I want to see it again though to kind of see where it's at and then I want to see the second one. I haven't seen the second one.
But I heard it's weird.
Yeah, well, so we get like a heel turn, like a heel to face turn. Yeah, we get a face turn with our guy, and what he did in the first one, I don't think that's like. I don't think you could just forget all that stuff.
That's what I've heard.
To root for him, but yeah, that's why I want to see it because that's the whole thing I hear about it every time. But yeah, he did Evil Dead, episode of From Dusk Till Dawn, Don't Breathe, Girl in the Spider Web, and then he did this. I could have swore he did more, but I guess not. And apparently he was a writer on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022, the one we did like an episode just like this actually with Matt at the time. So a bonus.
I don't have show and tell, but actually I do, but it's in the car and I don't feel like going down there to get
just describe it for us and
Well, it's the Alien popcorn bucket.
Oh, you got it.
The AMC one where it's like a little metal bucket with a face hugger attached, and the legs are like articulated.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't think they'd go that far into it, but popcorn buckets are becoming the next big thing. They're
the only way movies can make their
merchandise,
make their money.
I don't know why they didn't think of that first. I mean, we always talk.
But you know what's weird about this is I just bought the bucket. They didn't put the popcorn in the bucket. But then they said I got a free large popcorn because I bought the bucket.
Probably because people would get mad if you opened up their stuff and they can't sell it secondhand on eBay with a bunch of butter grease on it. So,
well, I mean, it wasn't in a plastic bag or anything.
Oh, well, I don't know. People are weird.
So anyway, I got my popcorn.
So yeah. So speaking of merchandise, and one franchise title that had, capitalized on that is Ninja Turtles. Yeah. And I got this one because it's
disguised.
It's amazing. I was looking randomly at stuff yesterday, and I saw that, and I sent it to Peyton, and I was like, "This one's pretty awesome." I don't really buy these that much anymore. But
well, now, do you have a Casey Jones? Does the guy have a Casey Jones?
I have a Casey Jones. It's coming. It's in my big bad order. So.
See, they go together. Take them out of the package and let them fight each other.
What? No. Are you out of your mind?
Even a Funko box? You can keep the damn Funko box.
But then I'd have a box taking up space, and then I'd have a figure taking up space.
Dude, downstairs I have a whole Rubbermaid tote of empty boxes.
Well, I had a few like that at work that I would keep on my desk. So you can't say anymore that I never opened anything. I'd open up work Funkos. Those were in their own category. And then I got one more came in.
Oh yeah, Jigsaw from Toony Terrors. I've been seeing that one in the stores more.
Yeah, I hadn't seen that or almost dropped that on the floor. I hadn't seen the other one that comes with Billy the puppet, so I could throw him through windows and the tricycle, right? It's Billy and the tricycle.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that one. Yeah, they're doing the NECA Ultimate with him.
Oh, that's right. That's one I am going to grab. And the other one I pre-ordered, and I think I sent you a screenshot of what I had from Entertainment Earth. I think it was it's Casey Jones Pop, the other Pretty Woman Leatherface Toony Terror, and the My Bloody Valentine Ultimate, which I'm pretty excited for because the last one I got came in the plastic sleeve or whatever. It was a
The clamshell?
yeah, the clamshell, and it wasn't. It was all smashed up, so I sent that one back.
Did you get it from Amazon?
No, I got it from Entertainment Earth.
I don't use it. Man, Big Bad just ships their stuff in this like futuristic packaging that only they have.
Well, I mean, I do have a big bad order. Also, I have it's an Ash Funko Pop, a Michael Myers Funko Pop, and Evil Dead 2 Ultimate Ash. So now I have. Well, you can't see it, but like right up here, I got that movie Maniacs Ash from Army of Darkness.
Here, hold on. Let me see if I can see it. Oh no, that didn't do it.
No, I'd have to move my camera, and I'm too busy for something like that. But yeah, so I'm deep into the toy game again. Thanks a lot.
Hey, no problem. I aim to please. All right. So, I mean, Alien Romulus is like the movie of the year, right? For a lot of people. Um, I mean, like people have been waiting for it all year. Like,
Yeah,
the hype for this movie. I mean, I think that's what hurts it. Anytime you're hyped for a movie, because it's it was the promise. I mean, Alien Covenant was really just a sequel to Prometheus, and people were so torn on Prometheus. And so people went into Alien Covenant and just hated the damn thing.
yeah.
And then, so with this, it was the promise of it's back to the Alien franchise. And it's set between the first and the second one. And so people's hopes were just through the damn roof.
I think people's hopes also went up because it wasn't Ridley Scott directing
it. Was Fede Alvarez.
Yeah, and people were so mad the last time this happened because Blomkamp was supposed to do an Alien movie, and then
Scott
was like, no. And I think that put like a divide between like some of the people that kind of were like, okay, you've had your shot at your franchise, like let somebody else do it that like has made basically love letters to your movies with some of their sci-fi stuff and just like what he's able to do with that. And they were so mad that it did that. So I think that kind of tanked Prometheus and Covenant and stuff like that too. You know what I mean?
I love Prometheus.
People were just sour. Hey, so do I. Me and Taco were talking about that because he went to see this with me. Because for some reason, I think we saw Prometheus and Covenant together in theaters too. So I gave him a call and we went. But yeah, I mean, like I was telling you, we are doing a spoiler cast. So like, I mean,
yeah, so spoilers abound. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, don't listen to this.
That's why it's a bonus episode. But yeah, there was good parts to this film, like a lot of cool stuff. Like I liked some of the setting of the mining like planet, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, the mining planet stuff, I think is the best part of the movie. Like I love that part. I love the gritty Wayland stuff that's not nice and not clean and yeah, the whole beginning is great.
Yeah, no, it was really good. We were setting up for this cool thing, and then the space station basically that they're at, like that they find that just somehow nobody talked about at all coming into orbit that they somehow found. They can't see the sky anyway. But
so I mean, I think so. It's twofold. Okay, so the storyline is basically these group of misfits that want to get to this other planet. They come up with this plan that they need more canisters to sleep longer.
Right, more cryo.
And the cryo freeze stuff. So they have figured out that there's this ship right above the planet that's a Wayland ship, and that they could get, bonus freeze from there. And
well, it had the cryo chambers and the like extra freeze stuff, and I don't know how they knew this.
Well, so they talk about it in the thing. They weren't positive it was there. They were just fairly certain. Like they had enough for 3 years, so they only needed so much more. But so it was an abandoned ship, a whaling ship. So they knew that sometimes when those ships were abandoned, that they didn't get cleaned out on the
Oh,
way
okay.
out.
Well, that part makes sense, I guess.
Um, so so um so so they come up with this plan, but I mean, really, people aren't talking about it. But if you really want to have a problem with this movie, it's right here because they basically take a ship, a whaling ship, to go to this other whaling ship, and nobody tries to stop them. Now, you could argue that um, they don't try to stop them because they want somebody to get into that ship.
Yeah, you could. I kind of thought like Wayland could have been behind it, where they were like, if somebody goes up there, let it happen.
Yes, and but they could have done that. They could have added that in there very easily.
Yeah.
Like,
So is this like a prison planet then, essentially, what they were on, or
I mean,
just
I feel, yeah.
it feels like it? But then the reason I don't sort of see it as a prison planet is because there's like no security.
Well, it's not like a
You're just
prison
trapped on this
planet.
mining planet,
Yeah, it's not like like they're not inmates, but they're slaves.
essentially. Yeah.
So like they get captured and then they have to do a certain number of hours, and that's where our main character Rain, she thought she did hers, and then
Well, she
they
did
said
do them,
no,
but she didn't
full
have
you.
parents or something, basically. So that lady added on 6 years of like indentured servitude to her. She's like,
Yeah,
and
and we
because I
get
think she was at an age prior where she didn't have to be in the mines, but then now she was at that age, and they were like, "You're going to the mines."
Kaylee Spaney is in it, and she's great. I thought. I did think she looked like Millie Bobby Brown a little bit from Stranger Things, but she's also in Civil War. She plays Priscilla in Priscilla, and she's been in other stuff. So looks like this will probably project her even further. Oh, she was in Pacific Rim Uprising.
I didn't see that one.
The second one, it was okay.
I want to. I just didn't. Oh, she was in
I'm
Bad Times at El Royale.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one either.
Man, you should watch that one. It was more fun than it needed to be.
Yeah.
But it was coming out at a weird time when like all those murder mystery shows and stuff were coming out, and the witty writing, kind of like a Tarantino feel again to it. But the guy that worked on it or that directed it, Drew Goddard, he was a executive producer on Lost and Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh yeah.
So there you go.
David Johnson we've got in this movie, and he played Andy, who I think is one of my favorite characters. I think it's a little mismanaged a bit at times, but for the most part, I really liked his character. And then some of the other cast, I don't know as well. But you got Archie Renault, you got Isabella Merst, Spike Fern, uh, Eileen Wu. So,
They all
not a
just look
very
like One
large
Direction or something, like people from One Direction.
They are very neat people and very clean,
Yeah,
very shimmery. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's sort of like wrestling. That's how wrestling's becoming. Like,
just so clean.
I hate Gunther. Like, I hated him as Walter, but I truly hate him as Gunther because now he just looks like everybody else.
Is he that German guy?
Yeah.
Is he
He
still
used to
wrestling with
be.
that other real technical guy that's like all
Yeah,
muscle?
there was three of them, but then they broke up. But then the two are still together. So,
Yeah.
um, but he used to be fat, like, and in NXT he just got he slimmed down some, so he wasn't fat, and I liked him a lot then, but then now he just looks like everybody else. So
Yeah. That's the thing with wrestling. They all look the same. Like
Bronson
identical.
Reed though is killing it right now. So anyway,
Yeah, what about and one last thing before we did they bring back not not Bray Wyatt obviously, but the family? Did that
yeah,
thing ever happen?
yeah,
Oh, it
they
did?
wrestled last week, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, dang.
Um, So some of the controversy of this movie we should probably get into is Ian Holm was in the first Alien, right?
Yeah.
So he passed away. He was also Bilbo in Lord of the Rings, and a very accomplished actor. But he passed away, and they used the CGI to bring him back, basically.
Yeah.
He is an android in this, so it kind of works, right? Because somebody was like, "Well, it looks off," and it's like, "Well, it kind of should."
Yeah.
I think that was the. I think that was the way it was designed. Um, he also did Alien Isolation, the video game.
I
So,
heard that's good.
so he was in Ash from on the first Alien. In this one, he is an android
Rook?
named Rook. So that plays on the Bishop, Rook. You know,
Yeah, makes sense.
a lot of people were like, "Why didn't you just get Bishop?" I mean, but I
Yeah.
think that's the whole thing. I
Yes.
think you would have probably had the CGI Lawrence, Henriksen.
Yeah.
So that's some controversy here. I mean, it's whatever. I don't
Interesting that
really.
they did that too with Fede Alvarez saying like how much stuff they were gonna do with like practical effects, and they use like the likeness looks of a guy and put it on a person. Like that's such a weird choice. But
Yeah, but I mean, I think he was basically saying with the alien
yeah,
and
because so
with
many
the
people
face
are always
huggers
worried about
and
that.
stuff. But I think in the end, this looks just like every other recent Alien movie. I mean, I don't think you can. I mean, I see CGI everywhere. I mean, so it's not like I don't see
Yeah, I
where.
mean, I mean, CGI now is so well done sometimes that it doesn't bother
I
me.
mean, I don't care, but I mean, don't be like, oh yeah, it's all practical effects, and then have zero gravity acid.
Yeah. Yeah, no, just I mean, just put it in your film and let your film be your film. It doesn't need to be like,
I mean, if you want to say, we're concentrating on our creature effects, then that's cool.
yeah,
But you can just say that because I mean, all those I mean, because we get a bunch of aliens at the end. Spoiler. And all those aren't practical.
right.
I do.
But the
It
set
does turn
pieces,
in sort of like a.
I
Go
know a
ahead.
lot of the set pieces were practical. Like, um, I'm pretty sure I was trying to find it just now, but it's a shot of the mining town, like the mining place at
Yeah,
night. Have you seen that? So it's like everything's built, and
that's cool.
that stuff's cool. Like I like that a lot when it's not just Marvel actors standing at a green screen jumping over a green screen bridge. Have you seen that clip?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool how they do that too, but like I mean, I like the real deal a little bit more when it comes to stuff like that.
I like a few things in this movie. There's like a face hugger room that's really cool. I think the tension is great. Um, we get this scene that's sort of like out of that movie Splinter, where they have to drop his body temperature.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we raise it in this one.
Yeah, we raise it in this one, but then we open the door,
Yeah.
and all that would be gone. So you'd have to raise it to like 103 or 4. You'd have to raise it much higher than what they raised it because when you open the door, a lot of the heat's just gonna come out. So the theory was that if the face hugger, if it
It
didn't know,
tracks you on body temp and all that.
yeah.
So
So
yeah,
that
there
was
was
a cool
little
scene. I mean, I do like that scene.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like there's these cool little scenes, but the kind of rules that you think that it's gonna have, like some of the stuff doesn't. It just
Yeah.
like it's like okay, there's zero gravity in this space station. Everything's been floating around in it. But then, like, you go to another scene because they turn the gravity on and everything's like neatly placed on a desk. On. I'm like, what? Wait, no, that's not how that works. That's not how that works at all.
Yeah.
The gravity thing, like that. There's just so many little goofy questions I had within them. Like, it's just don't.
Well, I mean, the gravity in space sort of is like time travel, right? You can't always follow the rules because it doesn't always make sense.
Right? Yeah, I get that. I get.
So, I mean, it's just like, yeah. We're watching a space show, and I mean, I think the science is there, but then I think sometimes it's just not.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
But we get. I mean, I think the coolest scene, they give it away in the trailer.
The trailer gave away too much.
I think where she has that light, that X-ray thing.
Yeah.
And then when the thing's inside her and she lights it up, that's amazing. It's in the fucking trailer.
Yeah. I don't know how they could do that. Because you even
Why would you give that away?
Show the part because when she finds that thing, she does her arm, and you can see through her arm. Why didn't they show that in the trailer? Why are we showing that she's already got a thing in her in the trailer? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Yeah, it was frustrating.
Yeah, it is.
The end sort of turns into like this video game where she has a pulse rifle, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like where the one girl was kidnapped. She's pregnant, and she was basically stabbed, but she didn't die. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
And then they cocooned her, but then the people found her, and that was a really cool scene.
Yeah, I agree. That was cool. Like, it has no shortage of like cool scenes.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall, I think it. I mean, I like the movie. I enjoy it. I watch it. I mean, I'd watch it again. I want to go back and watch all the Alien movies, but apparently HBO Max took them off. So fuck you.
Where are they at now?
I don't know. I couldn't probably on that Hulu that I can't get to work.
You're probably right because it's probably Disney. Yeah, they're all they're all on Hulu pretty much. Did they show you that
and Covenant?
Covenant's on Hulu.
They should just rename Alien Prometheus Alien Prometheus.
It's on Hulu. Yeah, that's funny. You should get Hulu again.
I mean, I have it, but not on my phone.
Well, I think they make an app for it.
I watched some movies last night. I told you, The Watchers, which is really good. I liked it a lot. I had zero expectations. I had zero expectations.
Where do you rank the Shyamalan?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like double featuring.
Where do you rank them for the year? Who
came out on top? Like, because this is his daughter, but he produced it. I mean, I think it's up there. I mean, I think it's in the top. I mean,
it's up there with Trap.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would probably watch Trap more just because of Josh Hartnett.
Yeah,
but I mean, I think this movie's cool. I think it would have been a better TV show, and it's based on a book apparently. So his daughter adapted it for the screen.
Yeah.
And then she directed it. So it's been a night summer.
Yeah, it's
I mean, but I think she's very capable of being a big time director.
Yeah, I think her and the other daughter will have a successful career.
Yeah. Poor Jaden. Jaden, the Smith family just can't catch a break. M. Night probably sabotages that the After Earth movie.
Yeah.
I never seen it.
I've seen it. And I was just like,
all right. So I watched some movies last night. Hundreds of Beavers. I watched a movie called Hundreds of Beavers. I know nobody's heard about this movie. My God, at least I don't even know if there's a trailer for it. I mean, it is literally a Looney Tunes live action movie with people in animal costumes. So
Yeah.
there's like rabbits and beavers and wolves, but they're all like in humans and animal costumes. And but it's an hour and 40 minutes long. For about an hour, you're good, but after that, it becomes a little much. They should have went 117 right at like whatever it takes to make a movie.
Yeah. You told me that, and I was like,
I mean, it's
I don't
great. It
I don't
is
know about this.
hilarious. It's really funny. It's got some laugh out loud moments, but
Did
it
you
is
buy that or
insane.
rent it?
Oh, I own it.
Great.
All right, so I guess we can get to the end of Romulus, which
Which
is
one?
shut up.
15
This is a
different
bonus
enemies.
episode, but we are always sponsored by our friend Jason down at the dungeon. So I'd just like to mention him. He runs the dungeon down here in Maryville, Tennessee. So if you hit East Broadway, hit the roundabout, find Southland Books, go behind the building. The dungeon is there, and Jason is chained up selling all sorts of things.
Ready to wrestle.
What?
Ready to wrestle.
Oh, and Jason's ready to wrestle with we're gonna do a pay-per-view match with Jeff. Um, uh, that's on a future episode. You won't get that joke, but it's funny. Trust us.
Yeah, I was planting the seeds of a feud early on with this, and we're gonna incrementally in episodes. I'm gonna start cutting promos against Jason.
God. So he's got physical media up the wazoo. So if you want VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, he's got it all. Vinyl records, laser discs. He's got new 4Ks that are just coming out. He just got in some TerraVision stuff. Just a ton of stuff that he's got out. He did send a picture of on his Instagram that you can follow at Southland_Dungeon of the monster movies on VHS, and they looked really cool. So if you're a horror collector and you're looking for a VHS, he's your guy. Southland_Dungeon is where you can find him on Facebook and Instagram. And I thought the end of this movie was going to be way more divided, but I haven't heard anybody really complain about it.
Of it or what? Like over just how it ended?
Yes, the decision of this baby being birthed so quickly and evolving so rapidly, and I mean, I figured they were going to set this up for a sequel. That's where you said you thought it ended. I thought that was the end, and then all of a sudden we get 20 more minutes. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would have been much better for a sequel. I don't think they should have revealed it. And I think so when you watch The Watchers, it looks like this thing. Like this whole tall, I mean the whole Slender Man thing. Like it's tall and skinny and it's got a long neck and and this baby / alien is born. But it's got a human face.
Because she injected herself with the Prometheus juice.
Yeah, that later blew up the rat that they didn't see.
Yeah, I like that was a nice little foreshadow they used, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I like that too. I mean, the whole Rook character I loved. I thought he was great because in the end, he just works for the company, so he didn't care what he did.
That company's ruthless, Wayland.
All companies are ruthless, Jeff.
That's true.
I mean, they're just violent. Most companies don't necessarily want you to die.
That's true.
I mean, there would be a lawsuit if that was the case.
That's why they work hand in hand with the medical companies to keep you alive, and they can still keep making bad stuff for you.
So I don't know. The thing looks weird. It's creepy. I wanted its face to kind of evolve more into an alien shape.
And not the Prometheus face?
I mean, I guess. but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. I
I need to
don't.
go back and watch. Like I said, I want to watch them all. So
Taco, Taco was like, I don't know how all this stuff is happening in like 5 minutes time.
I mean,
Like, he
that's my
said that a
problem with
lot
it.
in
Like
this
this
movie.
baby was born and evolved in minutes.
Yeah, even the face huggers take a little while to do that, to go turn into xenomorph, but
Well,
there's
the
a whole
face huggers, they
process.
implant you, and then like 10 minutes, like 15 minutes later, you get the little baby coming out.
Yeah.
So, have you heard the joke that's going around?
No.
It's on YouTube. So my buddy who saw a sneak peek on Wednesday night, he was like, "Did you stay for the after credit scene?" And I was like, "I mean, I stayed, but I didn't see one." He's like, "Oh, here," and it shows like credits going through, and then it skips to the guy in Spaceballs and the "Hello, my baby, hello."
So stupid. Michigan J.
I saw Spaceballs. I had no idea that was from. I mean, I didn't know Aliens. Like I saw Spaceballs first.
Oh yeah.
Well, because I was a kid, so I mean,
Yeah, makes
Alien
sense.
isn't really a kid movie. I mean, first off, it's boring. I mean, I'm not saying that as an adult, but as a kid,
Yeah, until
my
like
my
the last 20
ADD was
minutes.
way too high. I needed hundreds of beavers. See, just the name of it.
So dumb.
um. So the ending didn't bother you. I mean, like
The multiple
look
ends.
of
Like
it,
I said, I
or
wanted it stopped when they put the pregnant lady in the cryo chamber. But no,
yeah.
we got more than that. Or the
Hell,
time
it went
where,
on for another 25
well,
minutes.
there was a time where it could have ended where they left the android guy, but she loved him so much she had to go back. And then I was like, well, no, we're just taking a new path with a different route for a thing you could have already done, and added 25 minutes to this movie. Like, it made me mad. And the movie length wasn't bad for everything that we get in it. It was, it's
No,
an hour 50
it
something.
went by fast, I
Yeah,
think.
it did. But I
I'm
mean,
probably going to see this in the theater again.
are you?
Probably. But I don't know. This week is full of some shit coming out. The Crow. I'll have to go see The
Oh,
Crow.
that's what I wanted to talk about. We'll talk about that here in an episode or two. But yeah, well,
What is coming out? So this week, well, Stream is coming out, but I'm gonna have to go to Knoxville to see that. I think that have you seen the previews for that?
Stream?
Yeah,
Nuh-uh. What's that one?
it's the people that do Terrifier.
The Art the Clown?
Yeah, I mean it's those people. It looks good. It's like a television show where they're on the hunt for people and blah blah blah. It looks good. Let's see. What am I going to go see next week? Blink Twice. I have no fucking clue what
Oh
that
yeah,
is.
Channing Tatum.
The Crow. Those would be good. Two good ones.
Stream. Oh, Danielle Harris. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
And Jeffrey Combs, Dee Wallace, Daniel Roebuck,
Yep.
Tony Todd, Bill Moseley. Okay, this is weird. What? It's getting a theatrical. Felissa Rose?
Yeah, I mean it's all the con people.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, get with it, Jeff.
I don't think we'll get that here in town, but
Probably not. We're not. I have to go to the big city. So ultimately, do you think people should watch this movie in the theater or wait for it to come home? What?
I'm glad I saw it in the theater.
Yeah, I saw it in Big D.
Big D.
That's AMC's IMAX without saying IMAX.
I think, because I think it's called XD or something now in Cinemark XD or something like that. I know they have IMAX.
We got the big dick around here.
That's funny. I mean, I'm glad I saw it in theaters, but I do want to watch it at home too, because I've watched all the Alien movies at home pretty much, except for Covenant and Prometheus. So just a different viewing experience. And I would say, as far as like a recommendation for this would go, I'd say if you've liked any of the movies in the Alien franchise so far, give this one a shot, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, there are so yeah. Why wouldn't you? I mean, there are some cool scenes, like we said, so it's worth that. I mean, we did spoil some, but I mean, honestly, you could watch it and be okay.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, when
the
we
tension is there, the scenes are cool, so no reason not to watch it, even if you did get spoiled on it.
yeah.
But I do feel like the alien creature at the end felt a little Evil Dead remake-y.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy Derek because I saw he posted that he had watched this Romulus, and so I was like, "What'd you think?" He's like, "I didn't know. I didn't think he had it in him to pull off a 'Don't Breathe' in space with an alien in place of the guy." And I was like, "That's pretty good," because like I could totally see that. I could totally see how he saw that. But no, that's funny. He's a cool dude. He wasn't on this show with us, but I know he came on an episode of Fistful of Action with me and Taco. We did like
Cool.
a kung fu horror movie.
Let's talk about the Crow.
You want to roast the crow?
Well, because I'm going to talk about it when I see it. I mean, I wanted, when I heard that, like, what's his name?
Skarsgård?
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah.
When I heard he was the guy, I was like, oh, I mean, that's pretty cool. I like Bill Skarsgård a lot, not just because of Pennywise.
I don't
like.
Oh, he was the one who was Pennywise. I get them all confused. There's like 15.
Oh yeah, they're all because there's like 5,000 Skarsgårds out there.
They're all related too, aren't they?
Huh?
One's the
No,
dad,
they're all
and
related.
brothers.
They're all in Viking stuff because they have Viking blood.
Oh.
So any Viking movie, they're like their dads, and I think it's called Viking.
Stupid.
It's a TV show. But I think their dad is in it, and some of their brothers.
Oh.
So it's Bill Skarsgård and Alex Skarsgård. Alec was in True Blood.
Oh, okay. And then there's another one, right?
I mean, there's like 40 more, so I don't know what you're saying when you say there's another one. There's like 7 brothers, I think.
I'm gonna have to look it up now. Alexander's.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, Bill is. I mean, Bill and Alec, I think, are the most popular. Because they've been in some mainstream stuff. So I like Bill Skarsgård a lot, but man, this movie, I don't. Because even the people that I think it's aimed for, the people in their 20s, are roasting this movie.
Yeah, I mean, so all right, look, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I like The Crow, enough. It was just kind of whatever growing up, because it was it's so emo and so sad, and I was just like kind of turned off by that, and I didn't want to watch it. But as I watch it more, as I get older, I like it more and more.
It's a good movie. Is it a bit overrated? Maybe. I mean, but I do like it. I mean, I've always I liked it as a kid. I watched it a few years ago because at FrankenCon we had James O'Barr.
That's right.
And so I wanted to watch it again. And I interviewed him or did a panel at FrankenCon with him just about everything. And he was all in when it was Jason Momoa, because at one time Jason Momoa was attached to do The Crow.
Yeah.
And there is a makeup scene out there with him in it, and it looked pretty badass. But then, James O'Barr was completely against this new one.
It was just one that people have been wanting it remade for so long too. That like every time any little news came out, it would always be like, "Oh my God, they're making a new Crow," and like,
I mean, hell, there's what
4
movies?
So many times.
There's 4 movies and a TV show, and now a remake.
Yeah, like this didn't have any reason to become a franchise like that, but it did, and I don't know. It's just whatever.
I
But
want to
like
go back and watch
this
the
looks
second movie.
it looks I like that one in the third.
The second, is the third one good? Edward Furlong's in the fourth one, right?
Yeah, yeah. But one reason I do want to see this, like one thing I saw in it was Danny Houston, the main vampire from 30 Days a Night.
Oh,
He's it looks like he might have been the villain. They also showed a trailer for like a live action was it Mufasa or something like that?
yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, Jesus, what is this?
It's a prequel.
We don't need that. Why are we getting that? And why is it live? Did they do a live action Lion King?
Yeah.
Oh. See, I didn't know that, but because I knew they did a lot of them, but
Jungle Book.
that one I
Mulan.
might watch. Yeah,
But Mulan doesn't have the dragon. Doesn't have Eddie Murphy in it.
Oh.
Mulan is more of a like realistic take.
Oh, like a historical look or something.
Yeah, and then they Beauty and the Beast, and
I've seen that one. That might be the only live action one I've seen.
it's good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It had what's her face from Harry Potter?
Hermione,
Emma.
Watson.
That's her.
All right. Well, so Alien Romulus. It's Disney's first thing. It's
Alien
fine.
Disney
I don't
princess.
hate it.
Alien is now a Disney princess or whatever that means.
Yeah, the Queen Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Well, I think people were saying Sigourney Weaver was Disney. Also, I just saw a post that said, those golden books that they make, and they make like modern ones now. But they have A is for Alien, an ABC book, and it's got Sigourney Weaver and the alien on the front.
That's funny.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, go see it. I mean, I think, look, it's no worse than any other Alien movies we've been getting. So
true. Yeah.
With the Alien versus Predator, I want to do the Alien versus Predator, at least the first one. I liked it.
Yeah, there was Requiem, the one that was in Colorado. There's like a shot of a Colorado license plate.
Oh yeah, and that's the R-rated one, but it's shitty.
I liked the first one where they're in that like frozen. They're in that frozen temple.
Yeah, that's cool. The first one's good, man. I like it. All right, well, that's it. This is a bonus episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Night of the Nerdy Laser on all the socials. nightofthenerdylaser@gmail.com for the email. And Jeff, what can they do if they want to support us for free?
For free, they could go over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you take your podcasts. Give it a 5-star rating, subscribe to the show, and give us a little review. Any of those help the algorithms, and you know how we are with the algorithms. Not good.
We love them. So anyway, if you saw Alien Romulus, give us your thoughts. Email us, nightofthenerdylaser@gmail.com. And until next time, Jeff, what should they do?
They should keep it bloody. Acid bloody.
Because somebody has to. Game over, man. Game over.